Summer can be harsh on skin, so you need to prepare for the heat, sweat, and sand. Dr. Dmitry Rabkin has a formula guaranteed to let your skin shine at any age. And joining us now is Dr. Rabkin. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
So let's talk about, you talk about prevention, protection, prevention, preservation, right? So let's talk about protection first.
Protection is the most important thing. You need to protect the asset.
Skin, yes.
That's the asset.
Yes.
So the most important thing is really to stay away from the sun. You don't have to be a vampire. You don't need to hide all day long, but you absolutely must use a effective sunblock, something that has a zinc or titanium, a physical sunscreen rather than a chemical sunscreen, for example.
Is there any difference between the protection with, like, in your 20s, say, into your 50s?
Protection should always be the same and consistent throughout your ages, 20s,
Right.
30s. Babies must be protected. Even one sunburn increases your risk of not just aging, but just in general of skin cancer. You know, we have 8,500 melanoma deaths per year in the United States, and 2 million diagnoses of skin cancer in general, approximately, per year. So protection not just from aging, wrinkles and folds, but also from skin cancer is very important.
So really the SPF level should be just as high when you're young all the way till you're 50.
Absolutely, and children really need to be protected even more because they're much more vulnerable in general. It's very hard to catch them and put the sunscreen on them, so you really have to be very, very methodical about doing it. You need to use something with a sunblock, with a physical sunblock, and don't forget about putting clothes on them that are SPF specific as well.
Now what about prevention? Tell us about prevention.
Prevention needs to start early as well. When you're young, you really don't need to do too much other than keeping your skin hydrated, oxygenated, keep your pores clean, make sure you're not prone to breakouts, using the right toner, cleanser, make sure you remove your makeup all the time, don't go to sleep with it. As you get older, you need to add a few things to it because your skin is not...
Older, like what age? Like 30s, 40s, what are we talking?
In 30s, you're beginning to see a little bit of some signs of aging. Small wrinkles, a little bit of sagging. As you get older, it depends on how much sun exposure and stress in general you have. Everybody ages a little differently.
Right.
But in your 30s, you really should start using a product that's containing peptides that are kind of precursors for collagen production. Definitely adding a vitamin A, a retinoid type of a product is very important as well.
In your 40s?
I would say even in your 30s,
Even in your 30s.
it's the workhorse of rejuvenation and prevention. It works at a cellular level. It helps to stabilize the cells. It helps with pigmentation issues, regardless of your skin type. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful product that should be used consistently.
Yeah, you were telling me you should use vitamin C. You should.
Vitamin C.
Tell me about preservation. Is that part of preservation, the vitamin C?
Vitamin C and vitamin A, which are retinol or retinoid type of products, is extremely important. Vitamin C is a free radical scavenger, just like the vitamin C that you take for your general immune health. Your skin requires that as well. It gets depleted as the more you're exposed to the sun, the more depleted the skin becomes of vitamin C and vitamin E as well. We shouldn't forget about that as well.
I know everyone says to put a light moisturizer on in the summer, but I always feel like my skin is so dry from the sun. Thank you so much. A lot of information, really good information.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Rabkin.